So this is how I Claude code. It's fantastic. What's great about Claude Code is that you can make anything that you can think of. It is a fantastic platform that enables anyone that has a reasonable idea of how they want to achieve an application to actually facilitate that with hardly any other external output from third-party developers or a myriad of APIs that you previously probably couldn't get access to, which is just nerd speak for saying you can do anything you can think of, and it is The very first place we're going to go is we're going to go to Node.js.org and we're going to download Node.js. What is Node.js? I'm glad you asked. It is a free open source cross-platform JavaScript runtime environment that lets developers create servers, web apps, command line tools, and scripts. So basically all you need to know is that without this, you can't do what I'm about to show you. So just install it. The next place you're going to go is Visual Studio. This is what we call an IDE. Do I know what those letters stand for? Yes, but you don't need to know. It's just an application that allows you to code. So Node.js, Visual Studio, and you're pretty much off to the races. The very next place you're going to go is once you've installed Visual Studio Code, you're going to want to go over here to the extensions panel and ensure that Claude Code is actually installed. And once installed, it's very simple. You just type in your name and your password, it logs in, and you're ready to go. And to use Claude, all you have to do is click on this little orange guy over here and it will launch this window and you'll have the ability to start using it. So the prompt I used for this application that's currently building right now is very, very, very diverse and cool. It's I want to build a YouTube social media generation tool that helps me develop a content pipeline, etc., etc., etc. Basically, I want to make more entertaining, more engaging YouTube videos, and this app is going to help me do that, and it's going to do it for free. So this app right here has been my secret weapon. Wispr Flow is insane. Now, dictation apps are not new. They've been around for about 2 decades, and they haven't really ever satisfied what I need from that experience, meaning that they would mistype words, it would be wrong spellings, or it would just be formatted terribly. Using a combination of those legacy tools and AI, it now takes everything that you dictate and it formats it not only in a way that is easier to read and parse, but it looks at the application that you're within and it formats the text specifically for that application. So when I'm dictating to Claude Code, it makes it and formats it in such a way that is easily more digestible by the IDE. Let me show you how it works. I click within the Claude Code text window, I'm going to tap function twice, and I'm going to give roughly the same prompt that I did before when creating the application that I just showed you. I want to design a content pipeline application using the following stack: Next.js, Tailwind, MongoDB. Quick little check-in because he's going to talk forever, and I just rather save you the time. What I'm trying to illustrate to you right now is that Wispr Flow allows you to dictate with incredible detail on what it is you're trying to achieve with Claude Code. You can take your time, have dramatic pauses, so it allows you to really think about the things you're trying to say, because if you think about it, the more specific you are, the more likely you are to achieve your goal. So take your time, think it through, speak into the mic, and let Wispr Flow paired with Claude Code build your dream app for you. All right, when I hit function again, you can see that it automatically formats the text perfectly. And when I go into plan mode here and send it into Claude, it automatically gets to work. So while that's cooking, I'm going to go back into the application that's already done. So I'm now in the app that Claude Code made for me, and as you can see right off the rip, it is pretty interesting. It has this 3D effect as I scroll down, and not only showcases all the features that are within my app, but it allows me to navigate in 3D space, providing a more modern feel. After I log in, I'm greeted with the producer page, and it gives me some suggestions about my content to help me grow. Because let's be honest, the point of this application that I'm making is meant to help me grow my YouTube channel. And if you read this line right here, it's pretty obvious that's what I need the most help with. I have some other features in here where I can look at my content library over the lifetime of my channel. I can click in and it gives me suggestions based on research done through SEO of how I should retitle my videos. I have a thumbnail generator, I have an audience retention graph, and it does deep AI analysis over the video itself, looking at the frames as well as the transcripts to help give me a better idea of how I can reach my audience better in the future. I have an insights panel The part of the app that I'm most interested that Claude built for me was this ideation section, where it's going to suggest ideas for me that I maybe should explore and film for my YouTube channel. But where it gets really cool is if I want to do deep research and have a place and a repository for that information, I have a Notion-like board that I can add literally anything, whether it be text, headings, bulleted lists, numbered lists, to-do lists, toggle lists, quotes, callouts, dividers, code, images, video embeds, files. This is a Notion clone that makes it far more effective at providing research materials when you're going to scripting. And that's exactly what I've done. On this other example, I've already had an ideation board that I've made here and I've sent it to script. So if I go into Studio now, I'll be able to look at the productions I'm in process on, and I'm now starting to facilitate and build everything relevant to that idea that was proposed by my AI agent. If I go into scripts, I can look at them right now. So check out my script that my idea board generated for me earlier. So when I go into the detail view of my script, I'm greeted with the ability to use it as a teleprompter, and I get suggested titles, caption hooks, and hashtags that I can now put within my video metadata descriptions to help get more views and garner more engagement. And I can go on and on. I built a brand CRM so I can track the lifetime metrics that I've done for a company, whether it be Mars Adventure Gear and the 24,000 views I generated for them, or Evotrex, which somehow I generated 875.8 thousand views for them. And I have a great system to where I'm tracking everything that I've done historically with a brand, and it's sourcing all their latest news so I could possibly generate outreach to them in hopes of securing another brand deal. But one section in particular I think that most people would find useful in this application that I'm going to be using is that I don't really like taking my long form videos and turning them into a short form vertical. So after the clips have been rendered, I'm given a lot more creative freedom of how I can adjust the captions to my liking. Maybe instead of them being clean, I want them to be bold. I want the font to be Avenir Next. I want the animation to be karaoke. And I want it to be one word. And I'm going to want the color to be some form of like blue, neon blue. I don't know what that is. It's pretty though. And we're going to use that. And I could easily just generate that, download the clips, and now I have access to these clips for how I post them on YouTube Shorts or TikTok. But this is where it gets cool, right? This clip right here specifically, the individual is sitting far left of frame, which means my AI is tracking the action and recentering it based on the frame of the camera. So if you take a 16:9 shot and you want to see more of the person sitting center, this tool will automatically reframe the individual so they're always into the center of the frame. It's pretty cool. Okay, real talk. I'm trying to figure out a way to get back outside because I've been sitting at my computer for days, weeks, and creeping up on a month, just experimenting with all of this technology, and I can't pull myself away from it because it is that incredible. For example, my most favorite aspect of this whole entire new experience is that I can now code from literally anywhere. And I know you've heard that gimmick from time to time, but no, this is truly like next level game changer because on my iPhone, I've connected the Claude mobile app to the Claude desktop app, and I'm completely steering and developing all these features in real time while I'm sitting here talking to you. And by the way, I don't have to be on network to do this. I can be out and about like this. So you can be out and about walking in your favorite neighborhood and get a notification on your phone saying, hey, it's time to update your code. Yes. So you get it. This is an insane level of efficiency, and my mind is still blown even though I've been using it for the past few weeks. Look, I gave you a fancy camera angle just so you could understand the degree of awesomeness of this, okay? I could have done it a standard way, like, hey, look at this. No, you're getting top down. I will be offended if you don't appreciate this shot. So this is perfect timing to show you how to set this up. I actually need to step out for a moment, so I'm gonna hit /remote-control, and it's now connected my Claude instance from my Mac into Claude's cloud servers. So now I have the ability to connect to my machine like you saw earlier. I just hit this button right here, I approve, and I can now start making changes to my Claude instance. It's really that simple. So that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you here next time on Elevate TV. Peace.